Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sash. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties! Welcome back to another sexy little fun episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and honestly, very excited. I know I say this every week, but truly, this is like my safe space. I am so excited to be back with you guys and just chit chat on everything going on in my life and yours. You guys, I have been busy little busybody bee. I have been running around like crazy. Usually when I'm doing like too much, like overwhelmingly too much, I become kind of depressed. I don't know if, the moon cycles are syncing up correctly or whatever's going on in the stars. Maybe I just am taking care of myself correctly, but I feel like more energy post doing so much than I ever have, which is a nice change of pace. I worked all weekend, which was super fun in this hot heat. I've been taking care of my parents' dog, as you guys know, and they finally came back home. So I've kind of been out of that routine, which I'm not going to lie, I do miss. Like I say, it takes 2 weeks, 2 very simple weeks for your brain to finally get into a routine. And then once you're in that routine, it feels very natural. You start looking forward to it. It feels like something that you want to wake up and go do. So those early morning wake up calls, go walk the dog, middle of the afternoon, go walk the dog, get outside. At first, hard. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get off my phone. I don't want to get off the couch. I have to go outside. Ew. Now I'm like craving it. And the fact that my parents are home now, I'm like, I think I need to get a dog. No, I'm just kidding. But I do need to get outside more. So on the plan today, I'm going to try to just like go on one walk a day, whether it's in the morning if I do work in the evening or maybe in the afternoon if I have the night off. It really is just a great reset. It's a great time to process your thoughts, to turn on that podcast if you haven't listened to it, to maybe watch my new vlog. Yes, new vlog for you all. I told you I have been hustling and working, okay? And that includes vlogs for you guys. I posted it on my Instagram story, but I made a new YouTube channel just for my vlogs. I don't know if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, but on YouTube, the vlog handle name is Hannah Marlene 444, and it's a regulate my nervous system vlog with me. I like do ice face dunks, I get ready with me's, I go to therapy, I get some yummy lunch, I do some retail therapy. It's great. It was fun. I had a great time doing it. It's just silly and cute and just a good old time over there. So if you want more content from me, go check out the vlog, regulate my nervous system with me. It's so fun. Also on Instagram at Hannah Marlene. It's in my link tree, so you can easily find it that way. I need to start adding links to these podcasts. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm so behind technology wise, but we're getting there. I'm hopefully going to be having vlogs up either Saturdays or Sundays for everybody on that YouTube channel. But as you guys know, patreon.com, the girlies there are going to be getting it early, hopefully on like Wednesdays or Thursdays, at least 3 to 4 days earlier than the rest, just because they're paying money. They deserve a little honey. You know what I'm talking about? If you want to join the Patreon though, patreon.com/smokeseshshotty. Vlogs early, Monday inspiration, Sunday spiritual reset. I'm sharing some inspiration with you guys there, talking about spells, journal prompts, things like that. We also do a Patreon only episode every single Thursday. You guys, I'm content brain right now. I am like ready to go. I'm feeling energized. Who knows what next week will be like, but right now we're harnessing that energy, okay? It was also my niece's birthday yesterday. Yes, I'm still rocking the Moana tattoo. I know you're jealous. She's so freaking sweet. She's a little demon wild child. Her and Lana Del Rey have the same birthday, which is like that connection was made in my brain. And I said, yes, icon in the making. Very excited for her. She's a little like Cancer Gemini cusp girly. So best believe she ranges through all the emotions at all times. But I am obsessed with her. She is the sweetest little girl ever. And she turned 3. The best age ever. 2 and 3 are like my favorite ages. When I was teaching, when I was a like nanny and when I was a daycare teacher, I taught specifically the 2 and 3-year-old room, and it is the best age ever. I feel like everybody talks about terrible twos. That's only if you're trying to control a 2-year-old. There's very limited control you have over a 2-year-old, and truly the more you let them just like roll around in the dirt, the better off you are, honestly. I mean, that's what's good for them. Like, they're gonna be screaming and crying here and there, but hello, when I was 2 and 3, like, I get it. Those emotions are crazy. You've never felt them before. You're going through so many new things all at once. It's gonna be overwhelming. Like, let it out, girl. I feel you. But they do live in Omaha, so I had to drive 3 hours there. I spent 3 hours at the birthday party, which was so fun. It was so freaking hot. It's getting so hot and stressing me out because I know it's not supposed to be this hot. But like, I chugged me a little Truly. Me and the kids were in the backyard playing tag. They had a piñata. And I love being an aunt because I'm a professional shopper and I do have money. And if I'm going to spend money on like anything, best believe it's going to be my nieces and my nephews, my niece or nephew. I don't have multiple, but there is something so like, wow, I did that. When you get the kid the birthday present that they don't stop talking about. You know, when you're a kid and it's like, oh, you got all these presents, you're so thankful, they're all fantastic, but there's always that one present that you're like, wow, they fucking nailed that shit. Like, that kid cannot stop thinking about it. Yeah, I did that. I do my research, okay? I love my nieces and my nephews. I love those kids. I do my research to make sure that I'm getting them some good fucking gifts. And I found this like beautiful replica Moana necklace, like the Heart of Tafiti Moana necklace with like rhinestones and pearls and gorgeous, so cute, amazing. She put that shit on and I swear to God for 2 hours she was walking up to everybody like, look at this. Look at this. Okay, little diva. Of course, I had to get my girl some sparkles, some jewels, something to show off, and show off she did. So, Aunt of the Year, hi, happy for that. But then I also drove 3 hours back because I could have stayed overnight, but when I stay overnight in Omaha, we wake up at 5:30 in the morning because I'm usually crashing on my brother's couch and that's when the kids wake up, and then we're awake playing until about 11:30 when it's nap time, and then I drive 3 hours back. This podcast would not have happened. It truly would not have happened. And like, I also am going to prioritize you guys as well, so I did drive 3 hours back at 7 o'clock after the birthday party. Also, I have some confessionals for you guys, and it's something that I'm going to tell you guys, but truly no one else in my life knows. Are we ready? And like, please don't shame me. Listen, please don't get mad at me. I started smoking cigarettes again. I don't know what it is about a road trip and being alone in a car with a greasy burger next to me listening to some Lana Del Rey. I hit the gas station and I said, yes, I will take a pack of Marlboro Reds. Yes, I will smoke 3 in my car on the way home. I truly do not know what the fuck came over me. I really haven't smoked in 5 years. I used to smoke like constantly. If you guys don't know, I started smoking cigarettes at like as soon as I could get my hands on them, honestly, that age, like 16, 17, like bumming them off people. And then once I turned 18, slippery slope downhill. And then vapes came out. Yes, vape technology was brand new to us, you guys. They did not just naturally exist. Those Juul pods were $70. I remember that. It was a Juul kit. It came with 4 pods and the fucking wand, I don't know what to call it, the mechanical device. That shit was $70. Now you can get it for like $19 at your local gas station, but it was new technology, so of course they priced it up. I got into that after smoking cigarettes, and then I smoked until I was like probably 21, until I met my boyfriend, and my boyfriend does not fuck with cigarettes because his parents smoke and it grosses him out. So I kind of just like fell off the wagon there. I also stopped working in the industry as much and started working with children again. So hello, I'm not taking smoke breaks with cigarettes around a 2-year-old. That's just not going to happen. I mean, breaks where you're not taking a break when you take care of children, honestly. So Now that I'm back in the industry and everybody is just smoking around me constantly, it is something that I'm like thinking about more often, but not participating in that much. But I don't know what it is about a road trip. I did smoke about 3 in my car. Am I craving them? No, it just really is that special moment where I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take one. Driving through the hills of Missouri next to all the truckers who are also smoking. I don't know. I just had to participate spiritually. But yeah, it was really fun. It's nice to get together with family and just celebrate the people you love. It really kind of shows you and it just emphasizes like what's important. Like that bullshit noise going on in your head, not important. Showing up for the people you love, your community, your family, important celebrations, enjoying life, making good out of the bad, always the most important thing ever. Oh, also, if you guys have vlog ideas for me, please let me know down below. I am here to please. So please, like, genuinely give me all the ideas. I'm in the zone to create. I'm truly in the zone to create. I don't know. I feel like I've just held myself back so long. And okay, so a dose of inspiration that I shared with the Patreon people is Tyler the Creator sat down to do an interview, I think with Instagram, and essentially it was with a bunch of other creatives and they were asking him for creative advice. And I listened to the whole thing. It was so hot and I was just laying on my front porch with my cat, like sweating my balls off, just listening to this and just kind of, honing in on his words. One thing that really stuck out to me is he was talking about how ideas come and go, but if you don't take the time to make them into reality, they're just ideas. And how so many things that he had thought of, and he's like, I wish I would have made that music video. I wish I would have gone for that movie. I wish I would have done that thing. Like sometimes it truly is just up to you to sit down and get those things done. It doesn't matter if they're good or they're bad or they're ugly or if anybody even fucking watches them. It just matters that you listened to that part of your heart that wanted to do something and you followed through. Because looking back, even if you like it or you don't, at least you understood that you listened to yourself and did that damn thing. Okay, you were tapped into yourself, and that's something to be admirable of. And I heard that and I was like, okay, bitch, we need to get to work. We need to start getting creative. We need to start actually following through on those paintings, on those ideas, because it's kind of disrespectful to ourselves to not listen to that creative interpretation that we want to take or those dreams that we have and to kind of push them down. That's what intuition is really all about. You are telling yourself these things for a reason. You are giving yourself these ideas for a reason. Listen to your heart, follow those dreams, create. And thus I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's just start doing vlogs. I love it. It's good to get into a new creative zone and to try something new and also just take you guys a little bit closer into my life. You know what I mean? But with that being said, that's really all I have to catch you guys up on this week. Just been enjoying my time, living one day at a time, trying to make the best of it with what I can. That's truly all we can really do at this point in time. Now get into the spooky, scary stuff because, hello, I'm not a bitch. We got to talk about things that are important and serious. And yes, hello, serious things do need to be addressed. I was going through what I do is like if you don't know where to submit your questions, I get a lot of DMs about this. If I submit a questionnaire on my Instagram story every Sunday, it's up for 24 hours. So the questions and the topics are, pertinent to what's going on right now in this very moment. I wanted to keep it very, very close and connected to the life we're living. And oh my God, every other question is like World War III. Iran, what's going on? I'm scared. I'm terrified. And you know what? I absolutely feel you 1,000%. If you guys don't know, which I'm sure you do, I work at a Middle Eastern restaurant, but the owners are Turkish and Persian, so from Iran, and specifically one of the owner's wife and his house and his whole family is in Iran. And the day the bombing started, she was supposed to fly here the day after to move here because of just like the political unrest. Like she was supposed to fly here with their dogs to come to America, which was like a big move. They were going to sell their house, like he can't leave the country to go there, so bring her here. You know what I mean? Literally the day before she's supposed to leave is when all these bombings start happening. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, truly so incredibly heartbreaking, and just like seeing the emotional process that the owner of my restaurant, who was there every single day, like amazing man, talk to him constantly. The things that he's like having to process and go through is just so genuinely heartbreaking, but also he has been able to give us all like a bit of dose of inspiration in a sense where he's like, this is not the first time I've been through kind of like this political unrest or uneasiness. So he's able to give us some pointers and tips to like the young people who are kind of like panicking or freaking out. Because yes, Saturday night, middle of the shift, oh my God, why is the USA bombing Iran? Like, what the fuck? No one asked for this. Literally, truly, no one fucking asked for this. Like, oh my God, of course now everybody's panicking. Duh, hello. Oh my God, my coworker, she's so dumb. I love her, but like sometimes I'm like, girl, clock in, pay attention. She was like, they're bombing us? What's going on? I was like, no, girl. She's like, I gotta go home. She lives in like Oklahoma City. She's like, I gotta drive home right now. I'm like, no, it's the other way around. Truly just kind of like makes you stop in your tracks and be like, okay, what the fuck? And I think the panic is also really emphasized by the idea of like, honestly, after the pandemic, in my brain, anything can happen. Like truly in my brain, it's like, oh, pandemic, that'll never happen. You know, like we have the CDC and, you know, we are just so technologically advanced. Nope. Whole entire world shuts down. After that, I was like, no, truly, I like, and you can't prepare. It's just kind of like mentally preparing, like anything can happen, honestly. And I don't say that to scare you. It's just like, you know, that emphasis in the back of my brain. Now, I would like to share with you something that the owner of my restaurant shared with us that truly kind of did help us all immensely, and also was a great just lesson to be taught in that moment. He could, you know, feel the uneasiness. He was uneasy himself. Like, so now we got to kind of regroup. What's going to go on? Let me get connected with family, things like that. And he told us, in times where you feel like everything is out of your control, where maybe the power above you is heavier than the power you have, where, you know, maybe bad things are happening and you don't want bad things to happen, and it just feels like so completely elsewhere or just like out of your control in that sort of sense, which honestly makes, you know, at least me, panic more often sometimes. He was like, you have to focus in those moments on things you can control. And when it comes to, you know, possible war and bombings and things like that, we really need to focus on our community and show love to the people around us and make sure we are showing up for our family, for our co-workers, for the people we love in our community, that we are being outspoken when we need to be, that we are, you know, participating in a world around us instead of just shutting down and letting the world participate outside of us. Like, your voice is important. The impact you have on the people around you is important. You do have control over that. Sure, maybe you don't have the fucking nuclear war button in front of you. Yeah, but you do have people in front of you that deserve to be loved, community that deserves to be shown up for, and you do have control over that. You have control over showing love, showing kindness, showing compassion. That's when it really clicked for me. I was like, you know what? You're so right. Some people, like, I feel like they see all these big things happening and they freeze, you know? Like, they freeze or they block it out. They shut it out. They put their head down. They're like, it's too much for me. I don't even want to pay attention to it. It's like, I understand that fight or flight reflex, but there is something more, I mean, just more in general that you can do with that emotion that's not just shutting down. You can take that energy and that passion that you do have and put it into something good. Show someone kindness that you haven't shown kindness. Show up for community. Give compassion. Give care. Give understanding. Give respect. We have control over that. And sometimes in this moment, we have to control what we can control. Okay? Make your voice heard. Show up for the people around you and show love, especially now more than ever. But yeah, it is scary, and you were valid in feeling scared. I had to tell the owner of my restaurant that, you know, he's like, I'm just, you know, a little overwhelmed right now. I'm having a lot of emotions. I have a lot of fear. And I was like, you know what? All of those emotions are absolutely valid, and I completely understand the emotional state you're in the sense of like, you are heard and you are validated here. Like, you do not have to be here putting on a facade that you're happy when you're like, is my family getting bombed right now? Like, you are absolutely valid to be pissed off, angry, mad, upset, fearful, whatever it is. And I don't want you to have to push that down and fake something, because it's real. This is real life. And sometimes real life has negative things going on, and you got to feel those things in order to kind of push through them. But yes, I love you all so much. I'm always here for you guys. Low-key, fuck the US, because what the fuck? But I don't want you to give in to fear. Fear keeps us complicit. Fear keeps us quiet, leveled down. I want you to always give in to love. Show up for the people around you. Make your voice heard. You do have a say in some things, so focus on what you can control. But I love you all so much, and I'm sending everybody here so much love at this point in time. But with that being said, now is the time to get into all of your guys' questions, to hear what's on your minds, and to, tap in with the girls. What's going on? Cancer season. It's Cancer season. Cry it out. Feel those emotions. Don't snap on people. That's the last thing you need to do during Cancer season. But you're going to have a lot of big emotions, and your big emotions are valid. They're there to tell you something. Your emotions are always there to tell you something. What are they telling you? What can you learn from them? And how can you move forward in a positive direction? But don't snap on the people you love. Oh, my Cancers. Oh, my Cancers. I love you guys so, so much, but you have a very special way. Honestly, I think sometimes the meanest people ever are Cancers, more so than Aries. Aries are mean, but it's direct to your face where you're like, okay, they're kind of a bitch. But Cancers are mean in a way where it's like, oh my God, how did you just pick out my most insane insecurity and present it to me like that in the most random way? Like, I'm going to think about that forever. Cancers can get crazy sometimes. Don't give in to the craziness, okay? Feel those emotions. What are they telling you? And move forward, okay? Oh, this is a great first question. What are little things you do every day to live intentionally? You know what? I'm always, especially now more than ever, I'm always seeking love and gratitude in my daily life and beauty. Okay, beauty is underrated. There's a lot of ugly things out there. I don't want to see the uglies. Don't bring me the uglies. I want to see the beauty. And sure, even quote unquote stereotypical ugly things can be beautiful if you have the eye for it. And I think it's important to always be looking for those things and to be seeking beauty in the world. Okay, seeking like aesthetically pleasing things. We deserve to be surrounded by beauty. I mean, there's so much shit out there. Yeah, we should be honing in on the beauty. Also, just like gratitude and love. I found, especially if you listen to the past couple episodes, I have been just like very, very anxious, and I do think that anxiety is a product of my thinking and just like the OCD thought spirals that I was getting in of just negativity. Our thinking and our thought processes are very, very important to how we perceive the world around us. If you are constantly in a negative headspace, hating on yourself, thinking about anxiety, only negative things, you could be in the most beautiful place ever. Like, you could be on a island beach, resort paid for, like $1 million in the bank, like everything going right for you, and you could still be like, wow, I hate myself, I hate my life, I hate where I am right now. It truly is a product of how we're thinking about things, about how we're engaging in the world around us. And I understood that. I mean, in my anxiety, sometimes, your thoughts are a little bit harder to control than you might think. Sometimes it's harder to kind of get your thoughts onto a positive place, a positive mindset. But if you can get there, and if you do push yourself to get there, and if you do the work to seek gratitude and positivity, your life will make a direct 360. It really will. How I'm feeling now compared to 2, even 4 weeks ago, where I was just in the throes of like really, really bad debilitating anxiety. I sat down, I was like, all right, bitch, time to put some more work in. That's the fun thing about life, is there's always more work to be done, and not in a bad way, because you are just going to be consistently leveling up and leveling and doing better and getting hotter and sexier. Life's getting better. Like, it's so worth the work always. And that's kind of what the game of life is. But sometimes you're going to have that moment where it's like, okay, I put the work in the past, but now it's time to kind of reconnect, do the work again. And that's where I was like, all right, let's get into those coping mechanisms, girl. Let's pull out that fucking spreadsheet from the psych ward and get into those coping mechanisms. Let's get to work. All right, pen to paper, let's do this shit. And I really started thinking about, how I was thinking, how I was engaging with the world around me, practicing gratitude every day. It's a great practice. If you have a very negative thought process right now, which, no hate, valid, I feel you, write down at least 3 things every day that you are grateful for. It can be in the morning, the afternoon, the evening, whatever time frame works best for you. 3 things. Everybody can do 3 things, I promise you. And then 3 things will get easier, and then you could do 5, and then 5 things get easier, then you could do 10. But it will help you retrain the way you think about the world and think about yourself, because you will subconsciously be looking out for 3 things throughout your day. The more you do it, the more your brain will be like keeping an eye out for positive things in your life, and the easier it will be to engage in a positive relationship with your life. So I do think some of the little things that I do to live intentionally are truly just seeking positivity, seeking joy, seeking beauty, and not holding myself back in that way. It's really easy to see the uglies, okay? I mean, they're there. It's harder to see the beautiful things, but if you put the work in, you will be able to find it. And even if you're living the most mundane life, it's going to look like a rainbow technicolor dream if you do that positive seeking work. Any spiritual epiphanies recently, Illy? Yes. I feel like a lot of my spiritual epiphanies, especially in my early 20s, were mostly like, I don't know how to put this. I was seeking the highs of life, the discoveries, the big things, the bright, the shiny, and love that. Fantastic. But now I'm challenging myself to enjoy the mundane, enjoy the slow, to be appreciative of the little things, of the slow days, of the long days, you know what I mean? And through that, also like learning to take maybe what is simple and turn it into what is beautiful. I think, especially being having like an addict personality, I'm always like seeking more, challenging myself to more. I need a new high. I need to try something new. I need to sell all my shit and move somewhere. I need to do DMT. I need to, like crazy shit that just doesn't need to be happening, especially at the age of 26. I know, you guys, I'm 26. I started this podcast when I was 22. That's crazy. I just think it's important to learn how to slow down a little bit. And yeah, chase those highs when it's important, but I do think I have a lot of like high attention seeking behavior that I'm trying to kind of like calm down a bit, where it's like, no, we don't need to sell all of our belongings and move to Montana to work on a ranch. Like, you can absolutely, but like, let's take our time getting there. Things don't need to happen overnight. It's okay to just enjoy the mundane and to get used to the slowness of life and just enjoy our daily routine. I think it's an important task to learn, and it's something I'm challenging myself to do a bit. So maybe that's my spiritual epiphany. Slow down, pay attention to the world around you, and enjoy. How to get over someone you never dated / the evil situationship. I know I've answered this question before, but specifically I wanted to bring up a spell for you guys who are like, I feel spiritually connected to this bum that I should not be spiritually connected to. I've been loving jar work recently, especially when it comes to maybe negative feelings that you're having and you're wanting to kind of like bottle them up somewhere that's not inside your heart and soul. So I think also spell work and jar work can be very important when it comes to relationships that you want to bottle up and get rid of. So what I would recommend doing, here's a spell for you guys who are plagued by the situationships, who are plagued by the 2 years ago summer flings that you can't get out of your head. Get a jar, get some white salt, and then anything that reminds you of them. Maybe you have like a receipt from a date you went on. I don't know. I'm a sentimental person. I keep everything. Maybe it's a strand of their hair. Anything that you feel is in your area that you're spiritually connected to, put it in the jar, followed by various herbs or things that, you would like to also use for emphasis. It could be anything. Jar, put it all in. Put the lid on. grab a candle that correlates to how you're feeling. Maybe it's red if you have passion, but you want to kind of like, seal your passions up. Maybe it's black if you're like, I don't fucking want them anymore, like whatever. Maybe it's white if you're indifferent. Melt the candle on top of the lid until it's sealed. And then you can either like throw the jar away or put it in your freezer if you want to kind of like freeze them in a moment in time. Maybe if you don't want to hold on to it, I do recommend maybe like burying, getting rid of it, something like that. But it's a great place to put your emotions, put your feelings, put the little trinkets you've been holding on to spiritually in a place that you can seal up physically, mentally, and move away from. I love a jar spell. Truly helpful. I made an anxiety jar. I posted the spell on Patreon if you want to check it out. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, but honestly, I think it really helped. It was just like a way for me to hone in on the feelings I was having, what anxieties I was feeling, and to put them somewhere where I felt like I had control over, whereas in my brain I felt like there was no control. I could really think about them, put them somewhere, and place them away from me spiritually. And I do think it actually really, really helped, especially when I was going through some of those panic attack days that were completely wild and out. Why do we never like the guys who are good for us, only want the ones that are trouble? It has nothing to do with them and everything to do with yourself, honestly. If you are loving a man who wants nothing to do with you, it's because you're seeking love and trying to prove yourself that you're worthy. But you don't need a dumb man to tell you that you're worthy when you can just do it yourself. You're just seeking it in a third party place. Do you know what I mean? And it's also easy to feel fulfilled when we are also feeling love or even just getting sex. But that doesn't really have a long-term hold on us, especially when it's someone who just simply can't love us back. And especially when I was in that place where it was like, oh, I'm obsessed with this person. I need to make them love me. It's like, no, bitch, you need to make you love you. Like, and even if I was like in the mentality where it's like, no, I know I'm amazing. It's just, why don't they know I'm amazing? It's because even though I thought that way, I actually didn't. Because if I really thought I was amazing, I wouldn't put up with somebody who wants nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I do think a lot of these emotions and a lot of these like negative toxic cycles that we get into, especially when it comes to love, truly has nothing to do with the other person and everything to do with how we are feeling about ourselves and what we are desiring and what we need. But we're not actually listening to that, and we're doing the opposite of it. And in turn, it just sends us on this spiral of toxic love and chasing after something while also running away from ourselves. Leave the situationships in the past, please. Free my girls from the situationships. Truly. I made a huge fuck up as a server, and I'm so anxious I don't want to go back. Ooh. Listen, when you're younger, I think it's really easy to be like, because you haven't made a lot of mistakes. I am pro making mistakes. I am pro fucking up. I am pro not like being a fuck up, but like I think too many people are afraid to like make mistakes. Okay, I think too many people are afraid to get messy, to get dirty, to try new things. We are too consumed with being perfect, and simply put, we are not robots. We will not be perfect. I mean, robots aren't even perfect, but like, we're humans. We're gonna be ugly. We're gonna be messy. We're gonna be smelly. We're gonna be mean. We're gonna be a fucking bitch sometimes. And maybe we don't mean it in that moment, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's just like a truth to life. There's always truths to life. And I think one of the major truths to life is you're gonna have every experience of emotion, and that includes making mistakes, fucking up, whatever it is. I personally am pro making mistakes. Not that you have to make a mistake to learn about yourself, but I do think you can learn a lot about yourself through making mistakes. And honestly, the more you make, or maybe not even the more you make, I don't want to challenge you to be an awful person, but the more you challenge yourself to try and be okay with failing, the easier time you will have in life. I remember being a younger little baby server and like, yeah, oh my God, I dropped a glass. They're going to fire me. Oh my God. I accidentally put the wrong dish on the wrong table. They're going to fire me. Oh my God, I accidentally forgot to write down the money count for the night as a manager. Oh my God, they're going to fire me. No, they're not. And if they do, like, kind of who cares, like learn, move on. But we can't get caught up in this shame cycle of just like, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I fucked up. I'm a fuck up. I'm a fuck up. I'm a fuck up. Because then you're going to keep doing bad things and not learning from them. And that's a slippery slope I don't want any of you guys to fall down. That shame spiral is going to make you guys keep doing bad things and not learning about them, because you are going to compartmentalize that you're a bad person, which makes you okay with doing bad things. No, 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 no. None of you out there are evil. None of you out there are bad people, because I'm sure most of you are making mistakes, taking the lesson, learning from it, and moving forward. That does not make you a bad person. And I do think it's important to learn in this life to be okay with making mistakes. I'm at the point in my life at 26 where it's like, I fuck up and I'm like, oh well, what are you gonna do? Hang me from a cross as a sacrifice because I accidentally dropped a tray of glasses? I don't care. I don't care. It was a mistake. If you want me to pay for it, sure, whatever, I'll do it. But, next time I'm going to carry that tray a little differently, or maybe I'm not going to put that many glasses on it. Or, next time I'm going to be a little bit nicer. Whatever the mistake is, I'm going to learn and I'm going to move forward. If you trust in yourself to take the lessons with you through life, it makes the weight of the mistakes pretty non-existent, Yeah, I fucked up. Let's address the situation. But guess what? Tomorrow's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day to try, to do better, to learn, to move forward. We always have that. There's something really, really beautiful about that. But the people who refuse to think that they can make mistakes or to address the mistakes that they do make, those are the people who are kind of like real fucking evil. Like, those are the people who I've run into in my life and I'm like, oh wow, I want nothing to do with you because you refuse to ever make a mistake or even to address the mistakes you do make, and it's making you do more of them and kind of making you a worse person because like you're being evil and mean, and then when someone tells you you're being evil and mean, you're like, no, I'm not. I can't make mistakes. I'm a perfect person. I would never. And it's like, no, we're telling you this for a reason. And it gets you living in this like place that is just not based in reality and making you a worse and worse and worse individual because you refuse to be like, I fucked up, I'm sorry. It's so simple. It's okay to be a fuck up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make the wrong decision. It's okay to take the wrong turn. It's okay to, accidentally do these things or sometime purposefully. But what's most important is, did you apologize? Did you come out of it a better person? Did you learn? Did you say sorry? That's what truly matters. That's what's telling you who you are. The mistake's not telling you who you are. The actions after it is what tells you who you are. So make sure you are moving forward accordingly. And try. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. You will always learn something from it. You will always take something from it and you will grow from it. I promise. It's always such a kind of shock when I go to Omaha because my brother lives there now, but I did spend a good 2 years of my formative life there. And I truly felt like I lived a whole different existence there. And I made a whole lot of mistakes while I was there too. But looking back on like the young Hannah who lived there and then the Hannah who I am now, like being in that place 6 years, 7 years, like after that, it truly is like, wow, I have grown so much. I was driving down the street and I'm like, oh, that's the Target I almost got arrested for shoplifting in. Oh, that's where me and my fucking bum ex-boyfriend used to go to all the time. Oh, that's where me and my friends used to go smoke weed in the parking lot. Like, so many mistakes, even driving by my old college, which in itself was one giant mistake. I mean, not a mistake because I made so many friends there, but mistake just like going there in general. I did not need to be in nursing school. That's for fucking sure. It's like, you know what? Looking back, I am so proud of young Hannah and that 18, 19-year-old me who did live in that place for recognizing the mistakes she did make, learning from them and moving forward, because I would not feel like a completely different person in that place if I did not learn from those things. I would still feel like that 18, 19-year-old version of me. And I'm so glad that that place feels like such a different world, because I have come so far and I have grown so far from that person that I was. You know, if I was still shoplifting in Target at this age, oh girl, we would have some problems. Like, that would be a fundamental issue with me, you know? If I was still with that horrible Aquarius ex-boyfriend who wanted nothing to do with me, I truly, truly would be such a shell of a human being. And I'm so glad I came out of it on top, truly on top. So thank you, young Hannah, for making the mistakes you did make, for learning from them and growing, because I wouldn't be the woman I am now without it. Oh, you guys, I got a vibrator sponsorship. One of you guys was like, you should check out this company. They make vibrators. And I did. I DM'd them. And I think this week we're doing a vibrator giveaway where it's like, essentially, if you sign up, you either get a free vibrator or a gift card. On my Instagram, stay tuned. I think it's this week, maybe next week. But I'm like, hey, I have to show up for my girls. I am in the business of pleasure, and I keep talking about fucking vibrators, so I might as well get my girls some. You know what I mean? But coming soon, stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene. Someone said I had a threesome with my bestie last night. Happy Pride Month. True. Pride Month is nearing an end. I mean, in my opinion, it's always just like Pride year every year, but Pride Month is nearing an end. So go crazy, go wild, you know, hook up with your best friend, have your challengers moment, kiss a girl or a boy or both at the same time, have fun, get sexy, and enjoy your time, okay? Spread the love. Someone said joint plus caffeine combo is peak. What has your relationship with weed been like lately? I think I've teased kind of how my relationship with weed has been like, but I've kind of been on a intentional tea break. If you listen to the podcast for a long time, I do this honestly quite frequently, and I think it's really important to do this with anything in your life where you just like take a pause, take a breather from it to kind of reevaluate your relationship to that thing. And so I was just in a place where, listen, I have a lot of free time, and the job that I do work, I can smoke a lot before, you know, like when I'm serving, I can go in stoned as fuck and be perfectly fine. So it was kind of like, I'm waking up, I'm smoking a bowl, 30 minutes later, I'm smoking a bowl, 30 minutes later, I'm smoking a bowl, 30 minutes later, I was smoking a lot. And I kind of fell off the wagon in that sort of sense where I just like stopped smoking when I started watching my parents' dog again, because I was just too busy. And I realized, oh wow, I am smoking to just pass the time. I'm not smoking to like escape anything. Like there's not emotions that I'm trying to run from or just like the world in general. I'm just bored and I hate sitting on my phone, but when I'm high, I can sit on my phone longer and I can do more nothing, and I'm okay with doing nothing. So I just smoke more and more and more, literally to just pass the time. And once I realized that, I was walking with my parents' dog. Walking is so important. I am pro walker. You know what? I am so pro walking. I'm so excited for like my little afternoon walk today on my day off. But like I came to this realization when I was walking, because I do think walking gives you that really peace and clarity moment to really think through your thoughts, where I was like, holy shit, I didn't even realize, but I haven't smoked in 3 days. I literally have not even realized that I haven't smoked in 3 days after smoking probably like an eighth a day, if not more, for the past, I don't know, 6 months. Hello. I was like, oh, holy shit. Oh my God. I'm just busy. I'm actually filling my time with things and doing more things. And in turn, I'm not needing to like distract myself from the world or to like busy my time up with a substance. And I felt really good about that. I mean, I felt kind of like, oh shit, like what the fuck? But then I felt good because I feel like I had figured out the key, which is just doing more shit, staying busy. Even on my days off, like today where I woke up and I was like, do I hit the fairy bong? Do I hit the fairy bong at 8 a.m.? No, 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 no. Get busy, get ready, sit down for your podcast, do something after the podcast, eat some yogurt, go on a walk, like keep it pushing. I do think I would like to incorporate more weed in the sense of like as a relaxation tool. I think I've been drinking a little bit too much, which is also something that I kind of want to work out a bit, but I'm young and I'm hot and I'm not drinking at 8 a.m., but it is something that I do want to work on. That's something for my therapist. So I do want to, keep it integrated in my life in a relaxation way, end of the night, post dinner, post shower, I'm able to just sit down and have a little joint and chill the fuck out for a second. But yeah, I do think the smoking all day was a way of me escaping or just like passing the time in a way that just wasn't healthy. I need to get busier. I need to have hobbies. I need to get outside. Hello. I don't want to think back to my young years and be like, wow, I did nothing with my life because what I was high on the couch scrolling on TikTok. Ugh, cringe. It's okay to cringe at yourself sometimes as well. It's important to understand who you are, who you don't want to be, and to recognize those behaviors that maybe aren't so good. Recognize those behaviors that aren't helping you, that are making you a little cringe, and to grow from that, So I'm glad that I've kind of, at least for now, outgrown that part of myself, because I do think the way I was engaging with weed wasn't healthy. I do think it's not healthy to just be high as fuck on your couch for 365 days a year, scrolling on your phone. Like, hello, my phone was permanently glued to my hand. Like, if my phone's gonna be glued to my hand, let me be outside on a walk. So yeah, I'm really thankful that I accidentally fell into this, but it's important to take moments where you're like taking a step away and looking at the big picture things, whether it's your relationship to substances, your relationship to drinking, your relationship to other people, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to your family. You can have a relationship with anything, relationship to food, with working out. It's important to take a step back and to really observe your behavior towards it and ask yourself, like, is this helping me grow? Is this keeping me healthy? Is this something that I want to continue doing? Am I a little cringed out about it? Do I need to leave it in the past? Is this something I want to grow on from? Or is this something that I do want to take forward with me for the rest of my life? It keeps us just in check, little check and balances. And it keeps us developing into better, more well-rounded individuals. So I am glad that I kind of was able to come to that conclusion. And I don't feel shameful about it. When I was younger, especially doing this podcast, I felt like I needed to smoke to be here. Like I needed to be so high to be here. But I always emphasize the idea of the smoke session, how sometimes there's people in the smoke sesh who literally want nothing to do with the smoke, but everything to do with the sesh, everything to do with the talking, the hanging out. There's something so wonderful about just like being surrounded by people who are completely different than you, but are all drawn to the same area for some reason. And maybe it's over weed, maybe it's just bonding, maybe you're too drunk and you want to sit down and you just happen to end up in the smoke circle at a party. But there is something so magical about so many people, different people coming together from different places who had never talked to each other and being able to sit down and enjoy their time together. I think that's so beautiful and so wonderful. And whether you are high this entire podcast or I am, either way, I am just happy to be here with you. And I think that holds more value in my world than the weed does. Also, I've really been enjoying my CBD lately. Oh, I got you guys a code. You guys have been pulling through for my girls. I've been manifesting hardcore vibrators, CBD. Hell yeah. So Plain Jane CBD, I've really been loving them, especially their CBD cream. My knees are fucked up from work. And then their pre-rolls. But I have a code for you guys if you want. I think it's 10% off. Or if you're just interested in trying. Plain Jane CBD, code Hannah, all caps, HANNAH. For 10% off. Isn't that exciting? I know I'm the first when it's like just Hannah. Sometimes it's like Hannah 10 and I'm like, how many Hannahs have you had? I'm just Hannah. That's crazy. I love it. For my girls, always pulling through. But, there's ways to supplement that are healthier. Hopefully, this is my only pack of cigarettes that I can just supplement with CBD. But, yeah, on to bigger and better things and growth. Growth is important, and I don't think growth is anything you should feel shameful of. It's okay to leave past versions of yourself in the past. I'm so happy I left past version of me in Omaha. Like, hello, did not need to bring her here, that's for sure. But it's good to share the love of who you were and to share the love of who you're going to become. It's exciting. I love growth. I love change. I feel like little flowers sprouting out of the concrete, like, despite it all. It's beautiful. How to deal with being at home for the summer. I'm almost 23, but it's so hard for me to say no. Ooh, like no to your family? I'm curious what it's hardest for you to say no to. For me personally, maybe this has nothing to do with your situation, but I think it's the summer of yes. Yes, do that thing. Fuck it. You're sad inside. Get outside. Say yes. Your friends want you to come out. You're exhausted after work. Fuck it. Say yes. This is the summer of yeses. I've been saying yes to more things, and it's ended me up in like the most random places, but I'm having like the best time ever. And it just takes a little bit of courage and just like, you know what? Fuck it. What do we have to lose? You know, I'm safe. I'm healthy. Why not? Say yes. Go do the thing. Go enjoy the thing. Go enjoy life. We ended up at the river last week with like 15 friends that I had never met before, but was just like with my boyfriend and like his kind of circle. And I had the best time ever, like floating down the river with some baddies, hanging out with them, enjoying the sunshine. And it's like, did I want to get outside on the hottest day of the year? No, but I did. And I said yes, and I had a great fucking time. Like, this is the summer of yes. Now, if you feel deep down in your heart and soul, like, I am intuitively feeling it's a no, then no. Okay. But if it's more so just like a subconscious, like very, very low level of like, meh, I just don't want to, do it. It'll take you to the craziest places. It'll have you doing the craziest things, the most fun things. The most fun things I've ever done in life are things that I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's go do it. Why not? Girls trip to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Fuck it, let's go do it. Let's go swing dancing. Let's go to a rodeo. Let's go climb a mountain. Like, why not? Going to a random pop-up event in Kansas City. Fuck it, let's go do it. Let's go try it. Random vintage flea market event. Fuck it. I don't care. Why not? You know, someone telling you about this new random food spot. Fuck it. I'm gonna go stop by and try it out. You're gonna get more from life saying yes to things than you are no. And no is always the easier answer. Thus, we feel more inclined to say no to things. Yes is going to be the harder answer, but it is going to be the more fulfilling answer. And I hate to be that old bitch who sits here and tells you one day you're going to look back and you're going to, although it's hell on earth, you're going to kind of miss maybe being in close proximity to your family, but you will kind of, you know, look at it from that outsider perspective of like, one day maybe I will grow up and I'll move away from here and I'll never see my parents again. But for right now, I'm going to just try to enjoy it the best I can. If you really can't enjoy your family, then escape from them a little bit. Say yes to the things your friends are inviting you out to do to kind of get out of the house more often, or your coworkers or whoever, or even just yourself. If you're like, you know what, fuck it, I want to go drive to the lake today, do it. Say yes. Go enjoy that thing. But it will take you so much further than saying no ever could. Summer of yes, summer of experience. We are officially, well, like 1 week into summer. I think the summer solstice was literally on Friday. I did a summer solstice post on Instagram. Just me sexy in a bikini at the river. Go check it out. But we have like 2 more months of summer. 2 more months. Summer just fucking started, bitch. Get out there, go enjoy all those ideas that you have in your head. Like, no one's gonna make those things happen for you but you. If your friends have the ideas, congratulations, that's amazing. Go with them, join them, go on that road trip, take that sporadic trip, go to that concert, whatever it is. Just put yourself out there, try new things, and enjoy life. It's meant to be lived, it's meant to be enjoyed. And the more fulfilling your life is, the more you've probably just said yes to. Quarter life crisis. I just got my motorcycle license. Okay, but we haven't talked about the quarter life crisis before, and it is very real, but it's not scary. I'm definitely in my quarter life crisis. I don't think your 20s truly start until you turn 25. That's when your 20s start. I don't think your 20s start when you're 20 because your brain is still not developed. You're still young. You're still a child in my brain. If I'm interacting with a 20-year-old, that's a baby. I'm interacting with an infant. If I'm interacting with a 23-year-old, it feels the same exact fucking way. 25, your brain snaps into place and you take a look around you and you're like, oh my God, where am I? What am I doing? Where am I going? But you have more control over the situation. When you turn 18 and you're like kind of thrown into quote unquote adulthood, even though not really, kind of like sort of, that feels scary because it feels like you're jumping off a high dive. When you turn 25, when you have that quarter life moment, you've already jumped off the high dive, but now you're kind of starting to like scuba dive and dip below the water. So you have that safety aspect where it's like you've already taken the jump, the leap of faith, you've done the crazy shit, you've felt the hardships of your early 20s, but now it's like, okay, well, fuck, bitch, it's only up to us to get deeper, to go deeper, to discover what's under the water. So it is this challenge in a way of like, you have the safety net of understanding that you can do anything. If you made it through your early 20s, you can do anything you desire. You can go after anything you want. You have that self concept of like, I trust myself, I trust me, but what's kind of life do I want to live? Like anything you want, you can create. But what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? And it kind of has you dreaming in the same way that I was at 16, where I remember laying in my bed late at night, like trying to imagine my future and where I wanted to be. And like, oh, am I going to be, you know, in Wyoming on a ranch? Am I going to be on the beach in LA? Am I going to be in Europe? Am I going to be in outer space? Who knows? But you have that kind of concept of like, anything is possible, and you want to escape so bad because you're still at your parents' house that you dare yourself to dream a little bit outside of the box. Your 25, 26-year-old self acts the same exact way your 16-year-old self did when you were dreaming, except now, instead of feeling the confines of your parents' house, you're feeling the expansion of the world around you and the understanding that anything is possible and your ideas are limitless. What feels so out of control about your, you know, quarter life crisis is kind of just like more so like, what am I doing? Where am I? Where do I want to go? And just making a fucking decision, trying things out, going after it, moving to that place. It's just, you have to be brave enough to do it. You really do. I'm proud of you that you're brave enough to get your motorcycle license. That's exciting. Wear your helmet. Wear your helmet. Very important. I grew up on motorcycles. My dad's a big motorcycle guy. He goes on cross-country motorcycle trips. And that's also something I've thought about. I'm like, maybe I will get my motorcycle license. Maybe I'll get a motorcycle. Maybe I'll start going on motorcycle trips. Like, fuck it. Anything is possible. And it truly is so beautiful. We just have to be brave enough to be like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to go do it. I'm going to go try it. Our life is meant to be lived and enjoyed and fulfilled. And all those dreams and ideas that you had at 16 in your childhood bedroom are possible. It's scary because it's only up to you, but also it's beautiful because it's only up to you. You don't have to rely on a man to choose things for you or your friends or your family. You can truly go after anything you desire, anything that you want and you feel like you deserve in this life, you can go after, and that's so beautiful. But yeah, it is kind of a crisis where it's like, oh my God, it's only up to me? Oh my God, it's only up to me? What do you mean? What do you mean that's too much pressure? But also, I would rather have the pressure of possibility than the disappointment of not achieving what I wanted in this life, you know? You will survive your quarter life crisis. And honestly, 30 is going to be I literally cannot wait for 30 because 25 to 30, I think I'm going to do so much growth. Like 25 to 26, wow, did a lot. But like 25 to 30, I think I'm going to completely transform as an individual, and it's going to be so amazing and just so beautiful. And I cannot wait to see where I am at 30 because of the drive and the passion that I do have for life and the daringness that I have to dream and go after the things that I desire. That it's just like, I know the life that I'm going to be living is so amazing and magical and wonderful. And it's so worth hanging on for enjoying the fulfillment of it all, you know? You'll survive your quarter life crisis. Don't get in your head too much. The key to surviving your quarter life crisis is to get out of your fucking head and into the world, okay? All right, we're nearing the end of the podcast, so let's do a couple speed round questions. BF of 7 months won't touch me, sex or flirt because of his depression. 5 months I'm feeling unwanted, help. Okay, you're 7 months in, I would leave. If it's anything under a year and it's a fundamental issue, I would immediately leave. And it's like, not that you are giving up, it's just obviously there is a very large incompatibility here, and dating is about learning if you're compatible or not. And when you're only a year in, if you're already realizing, wow, we're really, really not compatible, it's okay to move on. And I know it's hard when it comes to mental health, but also if I was in the place of mental health issues where it's like I physically just can't have a partner right now, like I can't give them a good relationship, then I don't think I should be in a relationship. Maybe I should be putting most of my priority onto myself. Yeah, it's selfish and I can't take care of another person, but also sometimes it's what you got to do to survive. Maybe that's what he needs to do to survive. And obviously, this is not a fulfilling relationship with you. Stamp of approval, leave. Someone said, ghost stories, please. Oh my gosh. No ghost stories, but I do think some people are more open to seeing ghosts. My boyfriend's very anti-ghost. Like, he's definitely not putting the energy out there towards ghosts that, like, yeah, you can make yourself a present to me. But I am. Like, I very much so am connected to the spiritual realm that, yes, I do see ghosts quite frequently, especially in this apartment that obviously literal people have died in. Hello, like last week. And also it's just been around since like forever. I would say probably at least 1900s. Many people have lived in this apartment, families. There's people here, okay? There's spirits here. And there are many times where I will walk out in the middle of the night to get a glass of water and there's like a human sitting on my couch. Yeah. But I make that available to me. You can close yourself off to the spiritual realm. You know, if you feel like you don't want to connect to it, if you feel disconnected from it, yeah, you're not going to be able to see premonitions, ghosts, but they are very much so real. I do think we have that crossover very often. I don't think it's going to be like an interaction, but I do see them quite frequently. And it's not scary. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have scary ghost stories, but I'm not putting myself on like in scary places. I'm not like seeking out evil spirits. It's just where I am and, you know, the history of it all. It's going to be something I interact with. There's also one at my restaurant. It's like an old house. So there's going to be, we call him Ghost Chef, but like sometimes they'll just like knock shit off the wall or whatever it is. I'll see them walking upstairs. I'll hear footsteps, whatever it is. It's happening and it's there. And I'm tapped in, but you can also tap out. If it's something you're scared of, you don't have to interact with it and they will stop showing themselves to you. You can disconnect from that realm. But nothing crazy, spooky. Like I said, I don't want to interact with the evil. The evil can stay away from me. I'm pretty good at banishing the evil. It really is just like neutral spirits that I'm open to. Help Hannah, I started a new job and have an intense infatuation over my job crush. No. Do not shit where you eat. That's my biggest life lesson, life rule for you guys. Do not shit where you eat unless you work in a place where it's like very easy to get a job elsewhere. I get it. Crushes are fun, they're silly, they're sexy, they're amazing, but like if you don't have the maturity of like being able to hook up with somebody and then in the future, if it doesn't work out, still be able to have a professional relationship with them and a mature relationship with them, then it's not something you should be fucking with. And I know, no offense to you guys, but like we're young and it's going to be very hard to withhold a mature relationship with somebody after maybe getting romantically involved with them. And like no hate. I get it. I'm a crazy bitch too. It's not something I would be able to do, and that's why it's a hard no for me personally. I don't think you should mess with your emotions and your money. It's not healthy. Okay, money unfortunately does rule over romance, and you need to make sure those bills are paid and you're showing up for work and excited to go to work. Sure, if it's just like a cute little something in your head, love it. If you don't ever act on it and it's just like a cute little flirty thing you do when you go to work, amazing. But if he brings his girlfriend, boyfriend, either way, if he brings his partner in the future and it actually takes a toll on you, like we got to get it together, girl. I don't think you should shit where you eat. I think you should always protect your money and make sure your money comes first. Maybe, you know, manifesting that he leaves the job and then you guys can date. You know, like maybe you will have that separation eventually. And yeah, you know what? I love a flirt. I love a crush. Given to the crush psychosis a little bit, but would I realistically act on it? No, I wouldn't. I don't think it's worth the strain of it all. I think just from being in close proximity to a person constantly every single day, a 2 can turn to an 8. Yes, I said that. A 2 can turn to an 8. Realistically, is this person actually like somebody you want to fall in love with and is amazing and hot, or are you just around them all the time? you know? We see this a lot in high school too, where you're like, why is she dating that ugly, ugly, ugly person? It's because they sit next to each other every single fucking day in AP Psych. Like, of course they're gonna fall in love. Like, it is what it is. They're just around each other too often. But as soon as your world expands, or as soon as you guys stop seeing each other so often, I guarantee the infatuation will immediately wear off. Oh my god, you guys, Girly Guide to Surviving a Nuclear Apocalypse. Honestly, I'm betting on that there's like no surviving for me personally. I mean, I live in Missouri. Yes, we literally saw the fucking scary ass bomber jets fly over. Horrible, horrible, awful. All of the nuclear reserves for the United States is in the Midwest. So like if I, in my brain, like if I'm doing realistic thinking, they're not bombing like New York or LA. Like in my brain, if we have the nuclear reserves like right out in the fucking country 30 minutes away from Kansas City, they're dropping that shit right on me. And honestly, like, do I want to survive the nuclear fallout? It's not going to be some fun little TV show HBO special. It's going to be like scary, limited survival. You know what I mean? Do I really want to go that way? No, but hopefully it's kind of quick. That's what I'm betting on. And you know what? If I do survive, I was talking about this with my boyfriend. I was like, if we ended up like in a, not even nuclear, but like if there was a zombie apocalypse, would you take yourself out or would you try to survive? And my boyfriend was like, I think I would just take myself out. Like, I don't think that's something that I would willingly put up with. And I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what? I mean, hell on earth, but I have that survivor in me. Like, listen, I've tried to take myself out in the past, and at this point, like, fuck it. I'm gonna go eventually. Why not just try my best in any given situation? Right now, the situation we have, amazing, wonderful. We're able to live harmoniously, fairly, but like even in a zombie apocalypse situation or maybe nuclear fallout where it's like end of the world times, I think I would still just like attempt the best I can. You know, I think I would still be like, you know what, fuck it. We're here. We're going to just try to survive as much as possible. You know, there is that human spirit, that human willingness of just like, I'm going to live despite it all. Nuclear fallout, though, in reality, since I live in Missouri, it's probably dropping directly on top of me. But that's not something I'm messing with right now. Right now, I'm focused on getting this money, showing up for my community, and learning to show love a little bit easier. I don't know. I hinder love for myself sometimes, and I turn into a cold bitch. And it's like, no, we need to let the soft part of ourselves be loved and be seen by other people. It's important. Someone asked, how do you get your Instagram feed so perfect? Like I said at the very, very beginning of the pod, I live for the beauty of it all, and that includes every single little thing around me. I'm seeking beauty constantly. And if I have the right eye for it, your phone camera will also have the right eye for it. Also, when I'm editing photos, which I don't do a lot of, I'm just basically turning up the brightness and the saturation to everything. And you know what? That's a great metaphor for life. We should be turning up the saturation on our life. We should be seeing it through a beautiful lens. And honestly, everything I take on Instagram comes through my phone, very simply. Someone asked, should I get a cat? Yes, and absolutely yes. I think a dog, you have to think through a little bit more. With anything that you get, even a fucking fish, like, you have to have the funds to take care of it, okay? You have to monthly budget out what it's going to cost to take care of that thing. For my cat, I think monthly, if I really think about just like daily needs, I probably spend upwards of at the most like $300 a month on him. And that includes like litter, maybe a couple new toys, some treats, wet food, dry food. Okay. It's expensive. It's expensive to have a pet and to give them the love and care that they deserve and need to be functional individuals. So yeah, think about that. But also, I think cats are so amazing and so perfect if you just need like a little buddy. If you need a little friend, a little guy to follow you around, to spend time with you, to have you looking forward to something, if you don't like coming home or like spending time at home, this thing will have you sprinting to get home after your shift, okay? Like, my coworkers are going out, like, getting fucked up after their shift, and I'm like, I'm a mother. I'm a mom. I'm a mommy. Anyone watching Love Island, like, Mamacita? No. I'm a mother, like literally to this cat. I'm like, I have to get home with him because we have our whole little evening routine where it's like I scoop his litter box, I feed him, I play with him, then he goes poop, then I shower. Like we have our routine going, and it's important not only to me but to him. And like I want to live for him and make sure I'm taking care of him. And especially where it's like maybe you're losing the plot of life and you just need a little spark, a little something, some preciousness, some love, some energy in your life. Cats are fantastic for that. I also love a cat because you have to earn their trust and earn their respect and earn they don't immediately feel safe with you. I mean, some of them, because they're just so sweet little angels, but cats, you really do have to earn that respect and that trust. And once you do, it's like we're locked in for life, twin. Like we are it. I live for this cat. I love him endlessly. If it's something you're thinking about, you have the funds, you're a little lonely, you need a little something to spice up your life, I do think a little kitty cat is amazing. Oh, I love Danger so much. I love him so much. I'd do anything for him. Tips to get over a messy breakup: you gotta go crazy. Any breakup, you have to go a little batshit insane. I think it's healthy. I think it's healing. And everybody's batshit insane looks different. Maybe it's you're going out to the club every single night. Maybe it's you're getting up and you're moving to the mountains somewhere. Maybe you're becoming a monk. Maybe you're like becoming a nun. Who knows? Who knows? But I do think it's important to get a little fucking crazy. It is. It's freeing. You feel like you have just like unleashed yourself. Even if it was a healthy relationship, you feel like you were like free from the chains of like being in a relationship, and all of a sudden the world kind of opens itself up to you, but in a way where you're like, I'm kind of fiending for meaning here. You got to go create meaning. You got to go crazy. You got to hang out with friends. You got to go a little batshit wild, little batshit insane. I do think it's healthy. And anything somebody does post like 2 months, you have a 2-month window period post breakup. Anything you do during those 2 months, I'll forgive you. As a friend, if you're going crazy after a breakup, no, valid queen. Like, I get you, I see you, I understand you, you're heard and you're loved. But after 2 months, you better get that shit together. You better get your life together. You have a 2-month window to go crazy, so you might as well take advantage of it. How the fuck do I be less indecisive? No one's gonna choose it for you, babe, so you better figure it out. And honestly, anything you pick, you'll never not me about to be like, you'll never make the right decision, but it'll never feel like the right decision. Some things you're like, yes, this is right, but most of that indecisiveness is caused by like, these are two great options. Like, I'm not sure, what do I do? Here's the thing: if you keep thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, that opportunity is going to pass you by, and you're going to have a complete life that you didn't live. Choose something, and if you can't choose something, flip a fucking coin. I love a coin flip. I'll never get mad over a coin flip. If it's two things that I'm really indecisive about and I flip a fucking coin, it's going to land on one of the sides, okay? And I'm either going to be like, yes, that's amazing, or I'm going to be like, oh shit, I wish it was the other side. If I'm like, oh, I wish it was the other side, I'm picking that side. You don't have to follow the coin flip, but like, I'm picking how I'm feeling in that moment. And I do think your feelings when it comes to indecisiveness tell you more so about what the rightest answer is, more so than what you can really think your way into. Did that make sense? I literally have had so much espresso today. I had 4 shots of espresso this morning, and I've been on like hyper speed. I don't know if anything I said made sense, but I love you girls because I do think we telepathically connect in a way that just other people don't get me. Sometimes I'll talk to my coworkers and they'll look at me like, this bitch is just speaking in riddles. Like, this bridge troll just crawled out of a hole in the ground and came to work. Like, what is going on? Who is she? What the fuck did she just say to me? You guys get me, and I love that. And I don't know if I just have you guys trained, or maybe we are just operating on a level that other people just don't get. Either way, I'm so happy to have you here and to have this little community smoke sesh where even if it's just like stress central, I'm like, if I'm suffering from panic attacks or like the world feels like it's out of fucking control, we do always have each other. And I think that is so beautiful that we have created this little community together of positivity. This place is so positive. Like, you guys are committed to keeping it cool, calm, and collective, and so have I. And I think it really, truly has paid off throughout these years of just like, we have fun here. Despite it all, the girls are going to laugh. The girls are going to cry. The girls are going to have a time together, okay? And I really, really do love that. I literally love this podcast so much. I drove 6 hours to Omaha and back just so I could be bright and bushy tailed for this episode this morning. But I love you all so very much. Stay sane out there, especially now more than ever. And if you feel like you are out of control, which some things are completely out of our control, focus on what you can control. Focus on where you can show the love and make your voice heard. Your voice does deserve to be heard, and you are important, and you are special, and you just do deserve to spread love to people around you. So do so, especially now more than ever when like hatred is so prevalent. No, we don't need more hate. We need more love. And stay sexy and stay sane and stay sober if you need to, whatever it is, whatever S's you feel like you need to be doing. Give in to them. If you want to see more from me, join the Patreon at patreon.com/smokeseshshawty for early vlogs and episodes where I answer every single one of your questions. And follow me on Instagram at Hannah Marlene to see what I'm up to. Oh, vibrator giveaway on Instagram, I think this week. Stay tuned. But yes, please stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.